Hey everybody, get in here, get in here, get in here. All right, let me tell you this. I normally don't come on this late. I normally don't. But let me tell you why I'm on. So I get messages all the time. I mean, literally thousands of messages every single month. Every single month. Come on in here, come on in here, come on in here. I get thousands and thousands of messages every single month from different folks all over the place. And this message came in from a young woman named Tanisha. She is in, let's see here, she is in North Carolina in the Raleigh-Durham area. Hey, Tanisha. And so essentially her message to me, it touched my heart so much because I will tell you that what she's struggling with right now, I have struggled through that. I know what it means to go through exactly what she's been through. And I want to share this message with you right now. This is really a message for anyone who is struggling to know that you deserve to be loved. Anyone who has gone through relationship after relationship after relationship and you just feel like, why can't I get it right? All right. What is it that I'm doing wrong? How is it I keep on ending up in these situations where somehow or another I'm being treated in a way that's less than what I deserve? Now, let me tell you, Tanisha wrote in a good long message, and I can't go through all of it with you all right now, but I'm going to go through and I'm going to summarize it, and then I'm going to jump right into telling you all what my thoughts are on this. All right, I see Julia, I see Rico. Come on in here, come on in here, come on in here, honey. You got to excuse my energy level. It's a little late. It's a little late for my time, honey. You know, this time of night, I'm usually sitting around. In fact, when I got the message, I was sitting on my sofa listening to a podcast called Making of Oprah. It's a podcast on iTunes. It's fabulous, absolutely fabulous. You may see it on Google Play. But anyway, it was really good. So anyway, come on in and click like and click share. All right, so Tanisha wrote in, and essentially she said to me, she says, I'm going to summarize. She's saying to me that she just can't understand why her dating choices have not yielded her Mr. Right, or as we call him, the one just yet. She says she's been in 3 relationships. She's now 37. She's been in 3 relationships. Each of them have lasted a couple of years, but in each of them she felt like she was settling. Can you identify with that? Feel like you're settling? She says she felt like she was settling, and felt like she was always compromising. Like she felt like she was giving much more to these men than they were giving back to her, right? She's compromising. She's making room in her life. She's doing all these different things. They're not giving it back. She's communicating and they act like they don't know how to communicate and all this. And she's saying, listen, she says, I thought for myself, this is the line that touched me right here. She says, I thought that by this point in my life, I would be with my Mr. Right. Yet today I sit single, writing to you, asking you, what can I do? I'm ready for more than what I'm experiencing right now in my life, right? Let me tell you this, all right, Tanisha? I'm not going to go through the whole message here because I think that the core of what you're experiencing is the core that what many people can identify with that. Mildred says, I know about that. Let me tell you, Mildred, I know about that too. I will tell you this, within my own life, you know, when it comes to, I will say I've been very, very, very fortunate to have a very, very bright professional life. I've done very, very well financially, very well professionally. And I will tell you that one of the areas of my life that I felt like I could not get right was trying to figure out why I was in relationships that were not serving me. And how did they not serve me? Well, I was in relationships that were abusive. I was in relationships, when I say abusive, physically as well as verbally. And that's something I would never wish anyone else to ever have to experience. I mean, that was just, I remember a moment when I was in the bathroom and it was after an argument that turned into me being hit. And the hit was bad enough, but then I looked at my arm. So I saw something in the mirror that I just had never seen. And I glanced and I saw a bite mark on my arm, and I forgot that I had been bitten as well. You know, I've been through relations like that. I went through relations that, even though they were not as volatile in that particular way, they were where I felt like I didn't have anyone to talk to. I felt alone in the relationship, right? Where I could not talk to him at all. I couldn't talk to him at all. Where, you know, it was literally, if I couldn't talk to him about any issues. If I talked to him about any issue to say what I was upset about, he wouldn't talk back to me. They call it stonewalling, which is also, it just shuts you off. There's no way to get through to someone. I felt alone and all my pain. There was nothing I could do. And I had been in that extreme. I felt like I had been through multiple different types of relationships, and I kept on saying, why is it I keep on picking the wrong type of people? And Tanisha, I'm going to tell you, and any viewer out there who's watching right now who says, hey, I get it, I'm in the same position, or I've been in the same position, I'm going to tell you the lesson that I learned that helped change my life, that took me out of a pattern of being in abusive, unhealthy, and just relationships that just didn't serve me. And I did that for most of my 20s, really. And that's not to say that everyone who I was with in my 20s did that. I'm not trying to say that at all. But I'm saying that for a lot of the dating choices I made, they were not healthy for me. And I will tell you what I learned that helped me out so much to change my approach to how I chose who I would allow into my life. Because whoever you're in a relationship with is someone that you're allowing into your life. The lesson that I learned for myself was exactly the title of this video. That I deserve to be loved. But here's the thing. I deserve to be loved in a way that was healthy. What we have to understand is that there are many ways that people show love, and many ways that people show love, frankly, it's just not healthy. And it's so funny because we learn how to love and we learn how to show love, we learn how to receive love in a lot of cases from what we saw early on in life. So if you grew up in an environment, some of y'all can relate to this, if you grew up in an environment where you saw love shown in a very unhealthy way, where there was constant bickering, maybe there was fighting, maybe there was even physical stuff, right? Even though you may not have become one of those people to put your hands on people, you may have learned that, okay, sometimes love can get out of hand. So if someone ever gets out of hand with me, I can deal with it. I can tolerate it. It doesn't make them a bad person, right? So maybe that's how you learn how to love. Or you grew up in an environment where everything was swept under the rug and nothing was ever dealt with. So you learned that loving was not rocking the boat. If anything was ever uncomfortable, you don't bring it up. It's better to be silent than it is to ever confront something that's too hard or too heavy, right? And so what I had to learn was that I deserve to be loved in a way that was healthy for me. I want you all to listen to this. And I want you to click like and click share, because there's someone sitting up tonight. There's someone sitting up. I can see it right now. There's someone sitting up tonight, and they are literally crying their eyes out on a pillow right now because they don't know how to get the love that they deserve. And they are being hurt by some woman, some man, somebody. And they just don't know what to do. And they say, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I want you to click like and click share so that they can see this message as well. But the lesson that I had to learn, which is why I came on tonight to share this, was that you deserve to be loved in a healthy way. And here's what's healthy for you. You will know that you're being loved in a healthy way when the type of love that you receive, when it flows for you, when it's not something that makes you feel unsafe, when it's not something that makes you question who you are, when it's something where you feel like you can be your full, authentic self in every way, shape, or form. And that means including your bags and all your baggage and everything like that, where you can be your full, authentic self and have that person embraced, and that person be their full, authentic self, and they be embraced. And then you all, through embracing who you are fully together, that you all are able to create a bond together that is healthy, that is whole, that feels safe for you all, that makes you all feel cared for. If you're sitting in a relationship today where you feel like you're out on a limb by yourself, if you're in a relationship today where you feel like you're giving and giving, but they're not giving back at the same level, if you're in a relationship today where you are literally being physically or verbally harmed, baby, you're being loved in a way that's less than what you deserve. Does that person love you? Well, yeah, I'm sure they do. They're loving you in the way that they know how to love you. But just because someone's loving you in the way that they know how to love you doesn't mean that they're loving you in the way that you deserve to be loved. Do you hear what I'm saying? And until you recognize that you deserve to be loved in a healthy way, you will continue to seek out partners that reflect the level of love that you believe that you deserve. When you look at your relationship choices, look at your relationship choices. Look at the people who you've been with within your life. Look at the people you've been with within your life consistently. The people may look different. They may behave different. They may have different types of jobs. But one common thread that they all have in common was that they were selected by you based on the level of love that you believe that you deserve. We only allow people into our lives based on what we believe that we deserve. Am I saying that if someone put their hands on you, that you believe that you deserve to be hit? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that you believe that or not. But if you let them stay there, then that is a reflection of what you believe that you deserve. What I'm saying is that we cannot choose and we cannot attract better partners into our lives on any level until we recognize what we truly deserve, and until we're willing to work through that baggage in our mind and in our spirits that have told us that we've deserved less, until we are willing to forgive ourselves for accepting less in the past. Because some people people, it's so hard for them to raise their level of deserving in their mind because they are under so much guilt and shame about the level of treatment that they've allowed themselves to be exposed to in the past, that they're just saying, why did I allow myself to go through that? Why did I allow someone to treat me like this? And because they're beating themselves up so bad about that, they can't raise their level of what they believe they deserve because, frankly, they don't trust their own instincts anymore. You can get to that level, and God knows I went through that, where I said, I keep choosing partner after partner after partner who treats me so poorly. And I'm accepting this treatment. I'm accepting it. I was accepting it. And it's like I keep choosing these people. I just can't even trust my own instincts. I just choose wrong. So what would happen was this, is that when someone would come around who I thought was nice enough, I say, okay, seems nice enough. I guess you're going to treat me better. I hope you're going to treat me better. I just hope this is going to be a better thing. But inevitably, I was still choosing at a lower level because at the end of the day, because I didn't believe I deserved more, I was willing to overlook certain red flags that you see in the beginning. Let me tell you this. When you are in a relationship of any kind with somebody and you say, oh, they did this, they did that, they did the other, later on in the relationship, there were red flags early on. But it's easy to overlook red flags when you yourself don't believe that you deserve more. Do you all understand what I'm saying when I say that? It's easier for you to call out red flags and say, no, this does not work for me. And in fact, it doesn't work for me enough where I'm going to step out of this while it's early. It's easier for you to do that when you know what you deserve, because you say, I don't deserve this. You start rationalizing people's mess and people's just their unhealthy, the things that are unhealthy for you. You start rationalize that when you don't know what you deserve, because you don't know what you deserve, you say, well, I guess I can deal with that. They'll change for me. They have potential. No, baby. When you know what you deserve, you understand that it's easier to find someone who's exactly what you want than it is to wait for someone to change into what you want. When you recognize what you deserve, it's easier for you to call out, no, this doesn't work for me, and I'm willing to go through the pain of letting you go rather than going through the pain of trying to hold on to something that truly is not serving me and that frankly may be even destructive to me. When you know what you deserve, you're willing to make the hard choices, even if that hard choice means being alone for right now until you can be in alignment with someone that you truly deserve. But here's the thing, if you don't know what you deserve, then you are literally setting the stage for you to go into relationship after relationship after relationship where you are not dealing with something that's serving you. You are setting the stage for you to attract into your life people who will treat you at a lower level than what you deserve. You are setting the stage for you to be unhappy. So to Tanisha, to anyone who's out there who can identify with what I'm talking about right now, what I'm telling you is this, is if you don't like the history of types of relationships you've been in, if you don't like the type of relationship that you're in right now, you can get out of it. You can move on with your life. Let me tell you this, a relationship is an agreement between two people, and if one person doesn't agree to be in it anymore, then that relationship doesn't exist anymore, right? You don't have to be in relationship with people who don't treat you in a way that you deserve. You don't have to be in relationship with people who don't love you the way you deserve. And this is not just about romance. This could be about family. It could be about friends. Let me tell you this, just because someone has a blood connection to you as a family member doesn't mean that they know how to love you, and it doesn't mean you need to deal with them. You are not under any obligation to be in relationship with someone just because they have the same blood in their veins that you have in your veins. You don't have to do that. If they don't know how to love you in the way you deserve, then chuck the deuces and move on. See them at Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's enough for you, all right? And even then, if you don't want to see them then don't feel guilty about it. Let me tell you this. You should never apologize for acknowledging what you deserve and making the choice to only put yourself around people who will love you in the way that you truly deserve. You should not have to be getting hit on, bit on, yelled at, screamed at, cussed out, and anything like that. You should not have to deal with that. That is, even if that was the norm in your life at one point in time, that doesn't mean that it has to be the norm moving forward. Let me tell you this. I want to tell you this, and I want you to listen to this and remember this, remember this, remember this. Whatever you allow within your life is what will persist within your life. Do you hear what I'm saying? Whatever you allow within your life is what will persist within your life. Tomorrow is unwritten. Tomorrow is completely unwritten. What happens in your life tomorrow is completely decided by you. If you don't like the types of relationships that are in your life now or that were in your life yesterday, it is only up to you if those relationships will continue in your life tomorrow. Understand that a relationship is an agreement between two people, and if you choose not to participate in that relationship or in that type of dynamic anymore, then that dynamic and that relationship does not exist anymore. Period. Dot. End of story. You have to take agency over the fact that you are in control of your life. You have to take ownership of the fact that it is up to you to choose what's in your life. Some of y'all are sitting up here tolerating relationships that are less than what you deserve because you feel like, well, I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to end it. I don't know what to do. End it! end a relationship than it is to sit in something that's ripping you apart. You know, let me tell you this. I will tell you one of the best feels on earth. I'll tell you this story. Was the person I told you about earlier in this video, who was abusive. It was very physical. And I never thought of myself as someone who would be abusive. Never thought about that. I was in my 20s. And when I finally got up the nerve to end it, I told him, come meet me out somewhere so we can talk. I was not going to end it in person. I mean, like in a private space. I was not crazy, okay? I mean, I had already been bit and hit and dragged and just put out on the side of the road, literally put out on the side of the road twice. And I said, I want to talk with you about something. So he came. And I was scared. I mean, my hands were shaking. I called 3 friends and told them what I was doing, tell them where I was at. And I mean, I was so scared. But I told him, I said, long story short, I just wanted to end it. You know, I mean, I don't remember the exact words, but I said I want to end it. And when I said it, I was so scared. So I was scared, first of all, what's he going to do? But beyond the fear, I'll tell you honestly, I was worried for him. I was worried about, some of y'all can identify with this. Somebody's treating you awful, but you worried about them more than you worry about yourself. I was thinking to myself, I said, Lord, I just hope that he's going to be all right. I hope he's not too hurt. You know, he can change. And maybe I'm not giving him the opportunity to be better. I was really going through it. And so I was so worried about how this is going to make him feel. I mean, worrying about my own safety was such a minimal part of it because I didn't think of him as someone who's abusive. I thought of him as someone who just, you know, he got out of hand. Sometimes he drank a little bit much. Sometimes, you know, if I just shut up, maybe he wouldn't have done that. You know, I mean, you know, he had a long day. I shouldn't have been confronting him on that stuff anyway. So anyway, when I finally said it, and I said it, I was so scared. I mean, it took me probably 6 months to get to that point. 6 months. I knew 6 months earlier that thing should have ended, right? But I finally said it. And when I said it, there was this thing that happened inside of me. It was like I exhaled. Literally, it was like I exhaled. Like, literally, it was like a weight got lifted, not just off my chest, but off my back, off of everything. And I felt lighter. He was pissed. I mean, you can see it on his face. He was pissed. He was hurt. He was mad. But I just felt lighter within me. And let me tell you this, I did not intentionally do this. But when I said it, he said, are you serious? And I smiled. And I said, I am serious. I didn't mean to smile. I really didn't. But I just felt so light and so relieved that all I could do was smile. I was proud of myself. Because I said, I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what he's going to do next. But what I know is that I'm free from this moment forward, all right? And no matter whatever happens next, I'm writing my new chapter right now. And that chapter is not going to include me being treated like this ever again because I realized I deserve more. And so he got mad. Oh, Lord, he got mad. Let me tell you, he put on a show. My God, he put on a show. But I was free. I was good. I knew mentally. I said, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And I will tell you this. If you are wrestling in your mind about being in a situation, a relationship that's no longer serving, you didn't have to be physical abuse. It could be something that's not serving you. But you're staying in it because you're worried about that other person so much more than you're worried about what you deserve. Trust me when I say this. The feeling of freedom that's going to come over you when you finally let it go. When you say, this doesn't serve me anymore and I'm going to have to let go. However you say it. Enough is enough. Done is done. However you say it. If you got to say it over the phone, don't get caught up in this whole stuff. You got to say stuff in person. If you're not strong enough to say it in person, say it over the phone. Do what you got to do. But regardless, when you say it, trust me when I say this. There's going to be sadness. There's going to be grieving because we have to grieve anything that ever ends. We always do. But you're going to have such a sense of relief within you because what you will know within your spirit is that you are taking the first step to freeing yourself from what's no longer serving you and opening yourself up to what you truly deserve. You will know that you may not know what's coming next. It may be scary what's coming next. It may be painful to push through this, but you will know that you are now one step closer to the life and to the love that you deserve than you were yesterday. And that alone will bring you a level of peace that if you just hold on to that level of peace, if you just hold on to that level of joy within your heart, trust me, that will carry you forward to do the internal work that you will now need to do to heal the parts of you that were broken that allowed you to accept less than what you deserve. deserve. For some of y'all, that may be therapy. I recommend it highly. But whatever it is, that peace will carry you through that healing process. And if you hold on to it and you hold tight to it, recognizing that I deserve to be loved in a way that feels good. I deserve to be loved in a way that feels healthy. I deserve to be loved in a way that truly serves me. If you hold on to that, trust me, you will then attract into your life the type of people and the type of situations and the type of circumstances where you will have so much love around you that feels good for you that you literally will be overflowing with love. Let me tell you, my life today includes nothing like what I was experiencing in my 20s. Nothing like it at all. The people around me, from my friends who you see me in my photos with, to all the people around me, who truly are my friends, and everything. Everyone around me are people who love me in a way that truly feels healthy and whole, and I love them in the exact same way. I've attracted into my life people who know how to love me in the way that that I deserve to be loved. And the only way I could have attracted those people was by opening myself up to understanding and accepting that I deserve so much more than what I was accepting previously, and then holding myself to a standard of only being in relationships with people who could treat me that way. Now all of my friends treat me in that way. It is amazing. Every relationship in my life is truly beautiful and truly reflects what I truly want and deserve. And let me tell you this one last thing before I wrap up. It's so beautiful to have people around me who love me the way that I deserve to be loved, and who treat me in just such a beautiful way, and who I treat in the same way. Because when I'm meeting new people to bring into my life, and then they meet those people, they automatically, because they're at such a high level of love, they just have that flow going through them, that they can recognize, say, okay, hold on, Malcolm. I don't know about that one. See, you may be missing something, because we all miss something from time to time. But what they offering is not consistent with what we bring to the table. They don't fit here. You may want to think twice about that one. That one there. And I'm saying, you know what? I trust you guys, because you all know how to love in the right way. You love me in the right way, so you know how to protect me as well. When you know how to love, when you recognize what you deserve, you'll attract the type of people around you who will know how to keep you on track and accountable within that. But it starts with recognizing that you truly deserve to be loved in a way that feels good, in a way that's healthy, and most importantly, in a way that truly serves you. So to Tanisha and to all the other Tanishas of the world, all right, who are dealing with this issue right now, just know that there is a path ahead. You may feel hopeless within your pain right now. You may feel confused within your heartbreak right now, but just know that the only step you need to take right now is by accepting that you deserve to be loved in a way that truly feels good. Even if you've never experienced that before, even if you don't have a reference point for what that is, because every relationship you've ever experienced or witnessed has been broken, just know that it can exist, and the only way that attract it into your life is by acknowledging that it's what you deserve, because what you desire is what you deserve, and you cannot truly attract the life that you desire until you recognize that what you desire is what you deserve, and the type of love that you desire is the type of love that you deserve. Tanisha, and to all the other Tanishas of the world, just know that I love you, and just know if just hearing the glimpse of my story can help you in any way, just know that you can change your life, and most importantly, you can change the type of relationships that you are allowing within your life to make sure that those relationships are relationships that truly serve you. I love you all to death. Love you. All right, good night, folks.